Hello, it's good to see you again. And for those of you that are new, it's a pleasure to have you join us. My name is Paul and I talk a lot about reconnecting yourself to your spirit, reconnecting yourself to your soul. And I do it by talking about Jesus the man, not Jesus of Christianity, like the title of my YouTube channel. No, I talk about Jesus the man before Christianity, because his teachings then showed us so much the way that we could reconnect with our soul or with our spirit or with our higher self. And there are no shortcuts. It has to be done properly if you want to do it. And joining with me, you're going to learn the things that I believe Jesus taught. Now, you must have been drawn to the title of this video. Jesus said, hate your father. And it's true, he did. He said it in a parable. It's in Luke if you want to go and check it out. Google it. Anyway, the point is, he said, hate your father. But, of course, being Jesus, don't take everything he says literally, for goodness sake. And we'll learn what he was trying to tell his disciples, his followers. So, I know you enjoy a good story. I certainly enjoy a good story. So why don't we sit down, sitting comfortably, get us a cup of coffee. It's only a short one, and we'll listen to the parable of Hate Your Father.
Large crowds were travelling with Jesus, and turning to them he said, If anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying, This person began to build and wasn't able to finish. Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another king. Won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able, he will send a delegation while the other is still a long way off, and will ask for terms of peace. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. Salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is fit neither for the soil nor for the manure pile. It is thrown out. Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear.
Now, did you enjoy that? Quite complicated, isn't it, with building towers and kings, and what does it all mean? So, let me take it right back to the beginning and I'll explain where I believe Jesus was coming from. So, what Jesus was saying is, to follow me, you must hate your father, your mother, your family, basically hate everybody. Because what he was saying was, if you want to truly align with your spirit, truly align with your soul, absolutely ascending as your spiritual self, moving back into the universe, moving back into the all, then you have to give up everything worldly. You can't have attachments in the world, which is really difficult, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest. So when you see videos now about, if you want to connect with your soul, then basically you just say this prayer every night at 3 o'clock in the morning and everything will be honky-dory, or raise your vibrations to 66.6 hertz or whatever it might be. If it was only that simple, everybody would be doing it. Manifestations, if it was that simple, everybody in the world would have what they wanted. But it doesn't work, does it? And I'm going to explain to you how you can reconnect with your soul, but in a proper way, in a real way, in an understanding way. So let's go through the parable. So the parable begins by saying, hate your father and your mother and those that follow me. Then he talks about building a tower. Now what he's saying is, if you're going to build a tower, you're going to plan to build that tower. You're going to make sure you have the finances in place. You're going to make sure that everything you need is available so that you can do it. And what he's saying is, and don't take him literally and everything he says, please. So many people take Jesus literally. These are all stories that he tells, and they're stories that fit in with the times of where he came from. I mean, people don't go out building towers now unless, you're a property developer. But the point is, you wouldn't do something like that without planning for it first. So what Jesus is saying to us is, if you're truly going to move into your spiritual self, if you're truly going to connect with your soul 100%, then you've got to prepare for it, which means you've got to clear away all your worldly beliefs, all your worldly lovings, all your worldly chattels. You can't have worldly things if you're going to become one in all with the universe and with the spirits. It's impossible. You've got to move away from that. So what he's saying is you must be prepared, because otherwise, if you're not prepared, it's not going to happen. It's the same with the king. So you've got a king and he's looking out there and he's thinking to himself, well, I've got 10,000 men, but he's got 20,000 men. Am I better in battle than him? I'm starting to feel a bit overwhelmed with it all. So what he's saying is, the king's saying, let's negotiate. Let's take our time. Let's look at this properly. Let's decide what we can do, what arrangements we can come to. And that's where I'm trying to say to you with my videos, with all my videos, I'm trying to say to you, we can get there, but it's not an easy job. And I don't particularly, in this life, I don't feel ready. I mean, I'm more than 3/4 of the way through my life. I don't feel ready to move on to my spiritual self yet. I'm obviously not ready in this life. I don't want to give up everything I love and care for, or the people I love and care for. I don't bother about cars and all that sort of thing. That's not important. What is important is that I do have family commitments. I have people I love and I care for, and I don't want to give them up. So I'm not ready to move on. But that doesn't mean I can't connect with my soul. I can still connect with my soul. Now, the last one he talks about is salt, isn't it? Now, in his day, in first century Holy Land, salt was so precious. It was a commodity that people used to be paid with. You get paid a bag of salt for a day's work. And what he was saying is, when salt loses its saltiness, it's a waste of time. It's not worth having. It doesn't do anything. It becomes useless. And basically, again, what he's saying there is that if we let our spirit life become unsalty, so that it's not important anymore, then we're wasting our time. We're not going to connect. So can we please forget all about vibrations and all the rest of it? It's simply about love. As I've said in my videos before, it's about love, loving your neighbours, loving your friends, loving your enemies, loving everybody. And I've spoken in videos before about how we can go about that. So what we need to do is we need to connect with our souls with love. Now, it's not easy. If it was easy, I wouldn't be here making these videos. I feel I need to, because the world seems to be in a situation where there's so much black and white, this, that. You can't have an opinion because it's not the same as my opinion, and I'm going to shoot you down for it. And I believe this, and if you don't believe this, then you're wrong and I'm right. And people become completely entrenched in those things. And what I'm saying to you is, I think there's more of us now that's starting to believe that we can share this planet. We can all live together. We don't need to take things from each other. We can share and love. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's as simple as that. So if you watch all my videos over a period of time, as I grow them, you'll learn, as I've been learning, how it is simple to love, how you can love, how you can, if you like, raise your vibrations. But it's got nothing to do with 66 hertz. It's about you inside your heart, about your heart and your love and your soul and your spirit and your higher self. I promise you, this is a fact. If you start to follow the love and you start to believe in the Jesus, the man, not the Christian, Jesus, the man, and all the things that he taught, and you start to look at it from a 21st century point of view, you'll start to see that you can change, and you'll start to realise that your higher self, spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it, your higher self will start to talk to you. You'll start to hear your higher self speaking to you, and you'll start to learn. And from learning, you'll start to change. It's a fantastic experience. You really, really, really must start listening to yourself. Anyway, thank you for watching today. Please do subscribe. I'm making lots of videos. I should be explaining to you further why I'm doing what I'm doing, where I'm coming from, talking more about Jesus and his parables, because we all like a good story. And also, I hope that you will comment below, whether it's a good comment or a bad comment. I love to hear your ideas and your thoughts. And finally, please do like the video. Do share it. It gives an opportunity for other people to see it. And as you can see, the channel is really starting to grow. As I said in my first video, if my video gets 1 view and 1 like 3 years later, then I've done my best. But it hasn't. It is starting to happen. And I want to share everything I know with you. So please do subscribe, do like, And I shall see you for my next video when I'm going to talk about me. How boring will that be? Well, actually, you might find it quite interesting. So don't forget, if you hit the bell icon, you'll know when I put it up. And thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.